Well, Madge, a big session out there today, mate. Good 3-hour session. How'd you go?
Yeah, I got through. It's the last session before our first inter-club match. Pretty excited about that, and the boys really trained well, and I think they've set themselves up for next Tuesday.
And you yourself, mate, you're playing a bit more forward, it looks like, at training. How are you finding that? What are the differences between that and the ruck?
You know, I'm really excited about the change of the roles this year. I'll be playing a bit more up forward, and I think I'll still play some part in the ruck and stuff. But you know, it's been pretty exciting having guys like Drury and just learning off them. You know, they're really professionals about how they go about things, and you know, I'm just like every training session, I'm just learning off those guys and learning something new.
And what are the main challenges up there, and what are those guys teaching you?
I mean, at the moment, a big focus of ours is defending. Team defence starts up forward, so I'm just getting my head around that at the moment. You know, I've got good defenders like Scott Thompson, Nathan Grima. You know, those guys don't give you an inch. They're such good players, so it's really good playing on those guys. You learn off them as well, and you know, they're really competitive sort of people. So it's it's a good learning curve for me.
And you're pretty vocal out there these days. Pretty good to see you speaking to the group before. Is that something you're trying to bring into your game?
Yeah, I guess we're a pretty young group, and you know, our leaders are always telling us, you know, we need to be more vocal at training. I guess we're such a young group. It's not just going to happen overnight. You just gotta get into a habit of it. And I'm not the most loudest player in the team, so I think it's just a good habit to get into.
Tell us about your education from obviously being here a few years now.
Yeah.
What are the main things you've learnt since you've been here?
I guess the biggest improvement I've seen so far being at the club is my aerobic capacity. I mean, I was struggling getting through training in my first couple of years, and now to my fourth pre-season, you know, I'm getting through training, and you know, I feel good about myself, and I'm also starting to get strong in the gym. And it's a big credit to the guys that we've brought into the footy club, like Steve Saunders and John Siegel, who's been here for a long time. It's a big credit to them, because the work they've put into me and some of the young guys are starting to show now.
What are the other things you think you need to improve on to take that next step?
I think my football development in general, just learning how to read the ball, and I think I still need to get into good habits. I'm in transition from being a ruck to a forward, and you know, I think I've just got to learn how to self-coach myself. I mean, seeing more coaches about my training, and I guess if I try and do everything outside the football right, the rest will look out for itself.
Tell us about the experience in Geelong. How was that?
Yeah, it was really good. You know, Geelong are a pretty good team. You know, and the opportunity that we got to play against them for 4 weeks on every Friday, we've learned so much from them. We've treated them like our own players, and they've welcomed us into their footy club, and yeah, it's been good. I've played in guys like Podsy Yardley a few times, and you know, he's a man, and I'm still a boy, so it's good playing on someone like him, who you can learn off him as well, as because he's a forward as well. Just learning how to defend as a forward, you know, and chasing up after him. And I like to put a bit of pressure on myself, just not try to get beaten by someone like him. And if I beat him once or twice, you know, I'd be pretty happy about that, and it's a big confidence booster for me. I guess I set a goal for myself. Start of the pre-season this year was try and get through the whole pre-season. You know, so far it's my first full pre-season without any interruptions of an injury or anything like that. So I'm pretty happy about that. I've achieved that first goal, and the next one is trying to give myself every opportunity to be able to play in the NAB Cup, which is obviously coming up. So try and I guess do everything right in the inter-club match, and I think if I do everything in my control to the best of my ability, then the rest will take care of itself.